3, 2, 1. Bring us in.
Hello and welcome to another issue in season 2 of the Hobby Hammer Cast. I'm joined by Miles as ever.
Yo,
Hi, Miles.
what is up? What is up, everyone? I'm not stressed out at all.
So Miles has been basically working on the back end of the show.
Yeah.
Because we've been having technical issues. That isn't why we've not been coming to you frequently, though.
No,
Why
we've
not been coming to you frequently.
busy bunnies over the past few weeks. God, the past month, it seems like, since because we were doing quite well with the episode releases around 3rd edition, and we were doing themed armies, which were being really well received. And then I had to fly to Nova to teach. You had big important meetings that you can't discuss, and some that you can. And we've just
I can.
This is the only time. Okay, talk about your meetings then. Talk about what you've been. So this episode, the top 10 characters that either need a refresh or just need a miniature. Top 10.
Yeah.
Max will be pitching 5. I'll be pitching 5, and we'll hand it over to you. Which models do you think you?
And my 5 is definitely right. Miles has already said
I've seen them
strongly with a few of them.
We'll get
and that,
to it.
that wasn't for public release as well. That was like, Max, I fucking disagree with you.
I have a devastating argument to put forward to you. But before that, let's catch up on what we've been up to.
Been through.
Max, what have you been through? What have you been? I'm not cutting any of this out. What
the
have you
trials
been
and
through?
tribulations.
The conflicts, if you wish. Huh?
I'm glad you said that with a conflict with a hard K.
K, yeah. No, 3 Ks after all. No, 2 Ks. 1 K even. Shit.
Right, so basically what I've been doing is playing things other than Games Workshop games. And that is because
Your channel must be tanking then. But people only watch Games Workshop content.
No, so this is what I strong thought would happen. Because I started playing Pillage in June, that I've said on this cast about before. And then in the background, I was always working on some bolt action that I went and spoke to Warlord Games about, and they were like, we've got this new thing coming called Conflict that we've already released once before, and it flopped entirely.
Yeah.
But
it was an interesting premise. Do you want to chat about what Conflict is and was?
Yeah, so it's a weird war game which comes obviously like pretty hot on the heels of how we've seen Trench Crusade last year. The new edition of Conflict is actually like 8 years old, but the new edition, another weird war game coming out this time. This is in World War II, and basically a rift has been opened by the dropping of the nuclear bomb during the Manhattan tests, or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Like the Manhattan Project tests. A rift was opened to wherever, right? And the world starts changing. Whispers are coming through the rift from elsewhere, and essentially America drops a nuclear bomb on Dresden. That in itself opens another rift. So everyone's like, no more nuclear bombs, because these rifts are coming, and it's got whispers through that are enhancing our technology. So say America's getting the ability to upskill like Tesla weapons and make jump troops. So you've got like jump troops with Tesla Thompsons. There's a picture that I sent you, Miles, of the Fireflies with that. The Axis have coalesced into a single entity. So you've got like all of the Axis powers in Europe are now under the Green Vault, because they've overthrown the shadowy organization that has been known about Rift Tech for a long time.
Patriots.
Been researching it, and they've taken over the Nazi leadership and basically killed them all. And then you've got the Empire of Japan has splintered. So you've got that with the Rift Tech, and then Britain is basically using Turing machines and computers to make automata and things like that. Now, the Soviet Union has fractured off the Allies because a refusal to share Rift Tech with Stalin. And the world's fucked, basically. And it's Warlord's thing of I'm going to say to compete with 40k, but not in a sense of like we want to do the same sort of competitive things that they're doing or take the game in that direction. But what I mean by that is it's a sandbox. 40k's got both a story that's very strong, so you can do your story elements, but also it's a massive sandbox, so you can paint your Space Marine pink if you really want to.
So may I condense that down a little bit further? So if I was going to pitch this to a new person, I would say
yes.
World War II, but with mechs.
World War II, but with mechs, yeah. Yeah,
and
mechs. Any paint scheme you want. Or any force background you want. And zombies!
Zombies! Yes, Call of Duty like zombies. So when this first came out, I think it was like the 2000s, this first came out, Conflict. It was always like an intriguing thing. You had like these big battle suits, these mechs wandering around with this World War II aesthetic. It was always interesting, but by the time I'd sort of like skirted around it to look into it, it had gone. So it's nice that it's been reissued. So I think it does fill that niche kind of alongside Trench Crusade. It's 40k-esque in outlook, bleak, World War II-esque. Lots of cool things. Like I wasn't really aware of any of the deeper lore, like you've just described then, like the Turing AI guys going on. Sounds really intriguing. Yeah. So they've reissued this, they've relaunched it, and it's coming out. Is it available now? Can you buy like a box set?
So it's coming out pre-orders now. It's coming out on the 27th, which coincides with Warlords, like their Warlords Open Day. Basically, they were giving out some kits, so I went down and like if you built some stuff for them for their Open Day, you got to take some of the things that you built away. So I'm right on it. I'm going to drive down. So I started doing content with that, and they sent me the rules so that I could make the content with it. So we've now got 4 battle reports up there.
Big
so if anyone's interested,
man.
Yeah, well, it's just like, oh yeah, so I'll just drive down to Nottingham to get 6.
Do you know what I've been offered to do? As I'm a part of some kind of like Chinese mailing list, and I get loads of bizarre sponsorship opportunities.
Go to China.
I've been posting up the emails in my Discord.
Yeah.
There's one with like an AI miniature maker, which it just sounds depressing. But another one. My name is Holly, and I'm part of the Rolling Dog Tools team. So this is kind of like house painting equipment.
Yeah.
Might be doing the sponsorship for them. You know, you can see me paint the walls of my studio a little bit. So that's
using a roller.
You're getting sponsorships from Conflict, Games Workshop, Cool Mini or Not. You're getting left, right, and centre. Just Max, can we put this on your channel?
Cool Mini or Not? I've not heard about this. Have they been in contact with you?
No, God, no. Yeah, you're getting left, right, and centre, and I'm getting Rolling Dog Tools. Yes.
Well, so one of the things is that I'm just more likable than you, Miles, clearly. But no, he's Conflict in itself. It's a really good game. Like he's got the bolt. If anyone's played bolt action, it's bolt action with weird stuff and better hero. Like there's hero mechanics where your officers feel more impactful. Essentially, if you've not played bolt action, it's alternating activations based on a dice draw. So you've got all your units with dice in a bag. You pull a dice out, and that's what's going next. So you're not ever sure who is activating next, and it's quite a nice interplay. It's got really good morale mechanics, which was a real contrast for me from 30k, which basically the pinning mechanic is every time you get hit, your leadership goes down by 1 in bolt action. Okay. And you've got to do a leadership test if you want to do an action each turn, and it works really well. Yeah. It works really fluidly, and it's very simple. Is one of the things coming from 30k and the old world. It's incredibly simple. Like everyone's a human for one, so that's a point in the favor of simpleness. But it's not something where I've had to constantly reference the rules, like say the new edition of Heresy. Yeah, that's not a negative on Heresy. I like Heresy. Yeah, it's just I'm still having to reference those rules.
I mean, God, that's an
Conflict.
episode we need
I've
to
had
look at, the
a few games
changing
from that.
perception of Heresy 3.0, because I've seen a lot of people who just like, fuck this edition, I'm writing it off, I'm never playing this again, I'm going back to Rogue Trader. They've played it a couple of times, like, oh, this is actually quite good. Oh, like, I might be starting like an Imperial Fist Force, you know, 10-man autocannon squad. You know,
Yeah.
It's starting to come around to it. Okay, so you got that in the bag. Now, I'm very intrigued by these Necromunda graffiti that you've put on here. Barefoot. What is this about? I'm a bit of a sucker for Necromunda, as you know.
So,
talk to me.
I have seen one of the guys that I've been playing Conflict with. He's got a load of terrain. Hi, Phil Burno, he's called in Barnsley. And he does loads of graffiti on all of his terrain, and it looks brilliant. So he recommended me some Posca pens, which are like acrylic markers of varying like tip diameters. And I was just, I just fancied having a go at doing some graffiti, both like little scrawls and also like bigger throw-ups. So I just got lost a little bit in doing lots and lots of graffiti. It's not just that one. I sent you one image of probably about like I've covered every side of 6 containers, and now like stuff like this.
Badass.
Is
Is
just
this
getting...
for an upcoming campaign?
Yes, we played the new Enforcers the other day. Like, so if anyone doesn't know about Games Workshop deadlines, they send you these models. They send you 3 models, and I'm about to complain about them. What a twat! But so basically, I've got like 2 days a week where I can do anything for the channel in, and I've got to coordinate that with other people's schedules. The reason you hear content creators complain a lot about stuff is that they send it you 9 days before or 10 days before, and you've got to. It's out of the blue. They send it you, and before the deadline, you've got to build, paint, organize with another person, film that video, and edit it before that point. So, we played that game and was like, oh, we're just going to play the game. And then, do you know what? It reignited a love of Necromunda.
I've bought...
Necromunda is a really fucking fun game.
Yeah, I've bought a Necromunda gang from Power Hungry... Hold on, let's do it. If we're going to do it, let's do it properly. Let me... Oh, where are they? Yeah. They're... Oh, actually, you could go on my Instagram feed. Go on my Instagram feed. They're up on there. Amazing conversions.
Amazing. If you do say so, you said... Oh, these were the ones that you bought already converted.
Yes, I didn't convert these. I bought them from an Australian guy, a Power Hungry Monkey. Mwah. Beautiful conversions. No idea what I'm going to do with them yet. I'm kind of thinking like surgical robes for them to go with that. Well, anyway, we will do a full episode on them. We'll branch it out. Okay. That's
what I've been doing. What have you been doing, Miles? You've been doing interesting stuff.
I have just revealed something I should know. That's going to come later on in the show. What have I been up to? What have I been up to? Well, what my students have been up to, more like it. I didn't paint this.
Good plug.
I didn't paint this. This is from the Primarch course that I taught recently, Horus Lupercal, and I wouldn't mind admitting we were very, very, very ambitious. So I didn't paint any of this. This is all student work. Nothing.
No, I've seen the pictures. It looks really amazing.
I did nothing on there whatsoever. All student work. I was a little ambitious. It did help that familiar students, people who are familiar with my technique, been on previous courses before. But I decided, why not? Why not be ambitious? Ambition is critical. To create, you know that reference.
Okay, Swansea.
Yeah. Ambition is critical. Let's do a Primarch course. 2 days, 1 Primarch. Let's see whether we can do it. It's been so successful. The group really gelled on it. Most of the things on there I can't talk about. But Joe, I will never feel clean again after that course. I don't think any of us will. Yes. But
go on, reveal. Out Joe for the entire world.
No, I can't. Let's just say he didn't have to pay for a hotel room during his stay. The Primarch course, 2 days, so we covered marble, skin tones, color composition, all the good stuff, the masterclass stuff, the stuff I don't generally get the chance to teach. Because when people come to the studio, they might be at varying levels, right? You might not necessarily know how to hold a brush or how to glaze or how to layer. All that stuff I need to build into you. But a lot of people there, they've been on previous courses. We can dive in. I can start teaching them more advanced stuff where it's more about shaping the outcome rather than trying to... So the better something you get, the less tuition you need in it. You just need shaping and you need inspiration. So I was able to do that. I was able to show reference images. This is what you could do. This is what you could... Anyway, it was so successful. In fact, so unbelievably successful. We have booked in a couple of more dates. So at the time this goes out, we have 2 upcoming courses. Sculpting Legends, which is on the end of January. So this will teach you the basics of working with green stuff, working with converting. And by the end of that weekend, you will walk away with a custom converted character. I got to show this off, like, again, previous students' work at the bottom of this page.
Have you got Henry's on there? So
yes.
Henry went on this course last year.
No, I haven't, but it's up on Instagram.
You bastard. So Henry went on this course last year for everyone. And Miles hasn't paid me to say this. Yes. And he said it was one of the most enjoyable Heresy things that he's been on.
Good.
And he got a really nice, like, greebly Inquisitor style character out of it.
So learning how to use green stuff, dare I say, isn't that challenging. Come to my course. It's not that challenging at all. So the process is, the way I learn best is by doing something. I don't want to, again, there's no criticism of other courses. I'm not throwing shade. This is just the way I like to do things, the way I like to teach. I don't like it in isolation. So this is how you do, like a shoulder pad. And you just sculpt the shoulder pad and then you go away from the course like, how do I do anything else? Yeah. I like you going away with something concrete at the end of it. So you go away with a character. I'm on hand. If things do get a little bit more difficult, I can show you how I would approach it. So you have the basics, you have the basis, and then it's up to you then to develop. So that's course 1. That's a bit. I run that about 2-3 times a year. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to run it again this year in this country. So if you were thinking about converting up a character, this might be one and only chance in 2028. But it's 2028, 2026. This is the big one. This is the big one.
Next year's 26.
The next Primarch Masterclass. Angron, Lord of the Red Sands.
Oh, really?
We're doing
Angron. I know which one of my picks later you're going to dispute then.
Maybe.
Spoilers.
Yes. It's Angron. Partly because he's in stock, partly because I offered this to the group that came on the last one first because they were so keen on having another one. We asked everyone, what do you want to do next? And Angron seemed to edge towards the top. It was either Angron or Guilliman. Since I've just painted an Angron, I have the materials for it. I remember where to place highlights and stuff like that. This is the next one we'll be doing. But off the back of this, if you are a game store, if you are a hobbyist out there in the world, I'm getting quite a few emails. Come to us and do it. Come to us. Come to our country, do it. Come to Canada. Come to America. Let's do it. Let's do it over here. Please contact me. I'm arranging my schedule for next year. So if you were keen on this kind of course, get in contact with me now. Otherwise, the schedule will be gone. What else have I done? Well,
he's just got one condition.
One condition.
You've got to fly me as well.
There we go. Yes. Hold on. One sec. What else have I been up to? Well, Max, you may well ask. I was in DC. And
why were you in DC, Miles?
What was I doing in DC? Well, I was
rioting / checking the National Guard.
I did see the reflecting pool. I did. The National Guard were there, but they were bored out of their minds.
Were they?
They just didn't do anything. No, they were like taking selfies with people, like giving fist bumps. They were taking selfies of themselves because a lot of them come from out of state. It was many of theirs first time being there as well, but. I won an award. I won an award. I'm now an award winner. Look at this.
Correct me because I can't see.
Look at
any
my
of these.
award.
It's not the gold though, is it?
I
It
got
wasn't the gold.
this for the Masters category. Masters category at Nova in a major painting competition. I'm not a fan of painting competitions in general. I haven't had the greatest of experiences of them. But after winning an award,
Miles is referring to when he was robbed.
oh no, it's just we haven't got the space to discuss this properly. But having won an award now, I love them. I love competitions. More competitions, the better. But I think what benefits this is the open format. So when I was there, I was chatting to a couple of other artists. So instructors were very heavily encouraged to bring stuff out. So okay, I brought stuff out, entered in. And I was chatting, it was a very different vibe. It was a very different feel talking with the other artists. They were a lot more like open. I guess it's something to do with maybe the Golden Demon format, maybe. But it felt a lot more like closed. You know, I need to retain this to. It might have just been my impression. Though I don't hang around in those circles that much, so it could be completely out of my ken. But this felt more like a celebration, the open format, where you're only competing against yourself, so you could get some genuine feedback from your fellow artists, from judges. And I think MPO Miniature Painting Open, run by the Cult of Paint guys, they operate an open system. Yes, I get it now. I get it now because it encourages you. Every time you like, I'm already planning what I want to do next year for Nova, and I am starting to, like, MPO, like I'd love to get over to MPO. But it's a very different style of miniature painting. I think what I entered was very much like tabletop type and military scale modeling type painting, whereas seeing what the winners were and the style of them, it's a shift in emphasis. So I mean, it's a brand new world to explore. It's a brand new thing for me to invest in and look at. And the very first thing I'll actually be cutting my competition painting teeth on as a test is a Trench Witch from Trench Crusade. And this is
like
from
an artillery
witch, yeah. This is from Red Brigade, Red Makers. It's the one with the
I know just the one.
you know the one, yeah. It's so I don't think I'll enter that into a competition, but it gives me an idea to produce like light reflections, work on non-metallic a little bit, work on my overall like presentation and cleanliness. It just allows me that entry into that style, into that world.
You should enter any. So one of the things, like competing in anything, like in these individual things, and I'm talking I'm not great at painting.
Yeah,
I can get by, but anytime you enter a competition, this is from other experience, it pushes you on to, so long as it doesn't put you off, which is, do you know, like, which is only an experience of, say, like you have a shitty time with other people in the competition. But that I've found in most things and found with other people that I've helped do competitions, it pushes you on because you now know the benchmark. And then so long as you're competing against yourself rather than outward forces, it drives you faster and you find ways round.
I've been,
like you're saying, into different, like there's a competition style of painting that
I've been chatting with the artists as well. I've been chatting with the artists, and it's been nice not being so closed or guarded. You can anyway. That's what we've been up to for the past month or so. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this episode, shall we? Of this issue. Oops. Let's talk about the 10 top characters that desperately need a refresh or model.
Oh, I didn't do characters, but
top 10 characters that desperately need a refresh. So this topic was prompted from another re-release of Marneus Calgar, which is currently on screen. What do we think about the new miniature?
It's got a bit of simplicity back to it. Like I really liked the Terminator, was it 4th edition release, where it had more like sort of 40k style filigree and things like that. I don't know. I like this one than the previous one, but not more than that 4th edition one.
Yeah, it's just the fourth edition one was just so good.
Yeah.
And the artwork it's based on as well.
Yeah, it exuded character, Miles.
Yeah.
That model in fourth. So it's
Yeah.
if you don't have such an elephant-like sort of nerd memory like I do,
Yeah.
for that like fourth edition look and based off them artworks, it's a really good model. So it's independently a really good model. But I think that's going to come into my list quite a lot, that I've got written on the back of a.
You're not going to say
thing.
Calgar again, are you?
I'm not going to say Cal. No, but I mean that approach to it, Miles. Like, is
no more Calgars.
Not like things that I think could be brought in line with an excellent style. Well,
I mean,
right. What do you think?
Okay.
What do you think?
I don't like it. It feels soulless. It feels. I'm not sure whether I've just been spoiled by like 4-year-old miniatures, but the 5th edition miniature, if that was given to like Simon Egan to produce a Calgar miniature, but perhaps I'm unfairly judging it against the highest benchmark that there is. Perhaps there's something to do. Perhaps you could replace the head. You can.
Do you not find that this is going to sound so shitty? Most 40k Space Marines feel soulless to me because they almost look digitally designed. Like, I know they are digitally designed, but if you know what I mean, they look sort of cartoon-esque,
so I've had
rather than hard-edged and almost like they were chiseled.
I've had the pleasure of dealing with the Emperor's Children box set recently, doing like proof of concepts for Night Lords as a project. And the new Space Wolves, those are bursting with character. It's such a pleasure to put together and to see them fully built. Don't
talk about joys to put together, Miles. I can't do it after the Saturnine box.
Yeah.
Don't. We can't judge anything on joyness to put together, because I think I'd take up drinking or something like that. The
Saturnine miniatures are good, though. The Saturnine miniatures are really good. It has a more like a military scale modelling feel to the kit.
Do you know what? It's the Saturnine miniatures look excellent.
Yes,
they look excellent. Like, but the process of putting them together, that I'm sure is driven more from like a top-down sort of, we need to stop these being recasted style thing, or we need to make them more complicated. Because the actual sculpts are excellent, but the process of them being put together made me want to throw myself off the Apple factory.
It is joyless, it's such a joyless experience putting them together.
Anyway,
shall we dive? Okay, perhaps that can make it into our top 5 of miniatures that need to be redesigned. The Saturnine Terminators.
Maybe. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to replace number 5 with the Saturnine Terminators.
Saturnine Terminator. Okay.
So that will become my number 1.
Max, your number 1 choice of miniatures that need a redesign, a refresh, reintroduction.
So, are we going with Saturnine Terminators now? Because it's
we'll go.
No, right. I'm going to go with the original number 1. I'm going to go with Necromunda Pit Slaves.
Boom.
Because there's something that, when you read, say, Eisenhorn, the Eisenhorn trilogy, or is it Ravna, where they go into the Carnivora, and it's such a big part of High Worlds. Those models are so brutal, the old ones, and just a part of Necromunda's just culture, that I'd really like to see them redone. The Necromunda team's been absolutely smashing out excellent models, and that's one of the things that I think, to bring everything in line.
Yeah.
And especially, I think, it would really do well with an update.
And especially
because it's got all of those grimdark sort of clipped off arms and then replaced with bionics and things like that could look so Blanchian in how they're sculpted.
And you've seen what they've done with the tech thralls in 30k, so you know that there's somebody there with a passion for this type of sculpt, and you could do some really batshit crazy things like them, like an Ogrin size miniature pumped up with stims. Great choice. Great cross compatibility across the entire 40k range. Necromunda, 30k, 40k. Yeah, that's a smash hit for me. No complaints whatsoever.
Because we are waiting for the big disagreement.
We are waiting for the
is the
big
main thing.
disagreement between us. Yes.
Okay, what is your first?
Let me bring it. Okay, so let's get rid of screen capture. I have to bring it. Okay,
Yeah.
my number one choice is Isabella von Carstein.
Right, yeah.
That's
yeah.
my number one choice. So up on screen, I do have a converted version of her. I've done this commission very recently. Upscale proportions. You know, the original sculpt. Sorry, not the original sculpt. The second edition sculpt that was then re-released in Finecast.
That was like that. Yeah.
Superb miniature, gorgeous. But I will not buy anything Finecast. The original miniature is a bit like the you know, very classic. Also, like Adam's Family-esque look. I like the aesthetic, but I think you could do so much with this miniature now. And we've seen with the Lady Silicius from the new Dark Elder range, they do have competency creating very good characters like this. So Isabella von Carstein for me would be my number one pick.
Yeah, and this is one of the things we maybe have approached this in the same way, because that second version of Isabella von Carstein is an excellent model.
Yeah,
like he's just excellent model. He's the basis with that hair and stuff of so many grimdark conversions. If you're not even a fantasy person, it's a great model for doing stuff like that. Do you know, like everyone does? Who's the Star Strider person with the long train? Whoever that 40k model is.
Oh, Ivrain.
Yeah, he's the Inquisitor conversion, female Inquisitor conversion model. Before that model, was the female Inquisitor conversion model.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. What's your
Second
number
choice.
two? Second choice.
I went for some low-hanging fruit because I've tried to just not stick to Heresy for all of them, which is
Same. Yeah.
why. But I'm going for Varigir Terminators. And
Why Varigir Terminator? These models are literally perfection.
I hope you're not being serious, Miles. Because they've got such chunky detail, and the fur is a very easy one to pick out, right? Because everyone goes on about the fur all the time. It should have better fur because it's easy, but you can sculpt fur quite easily. But yeah, I think the detail's a bit too chunky. The poses I don't particularly like. Forge World had already made an excellent Space Wolf Terminator conversion pack for the 40k Terminators at the time. And these just paled in comparison to it, and I think they've not like matured like a fine wine and got better over time. They've very much stayed rubbish.
The Space Wolves were done by Simon Egan, I think, around the time of Vrax, or just before that, I think. They were kind of the lot of upgrade sets at the time, the Khorne Berserkers, etc. Yeah, fully agree with you. There are some redeeming elements to this sculpt, like the faces are very good on these. Some of the necklaces, very fine details. It feels like all the design elements are there. It just needs maybe like another week to be worked on and refined.
Yeah, there's lots of models that I would say are good conversion fodder. Do you know, like, because that's what you sort of get into there is there's elements that you can chop off and put onto models and make excellent models. If we exclude everything that is good conversion fodder from this shit list, then I will be left with very few actually Games Workshop models to talk about, because they all have good elements. But these Varigir, done for me, not into them.
Yeah, same.
And why did we not have harpoons? In the books, all of the fucking Space Wolf Varigir Terminators carry harpoons.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. Okay. Bring back harpoon meta. Okay, my second...
Power spears on all of them.
My second choice is Bran Redmore. And this is very much recency bias for me. So up on screen, I've got a conversion for a commission I'm doing at the moment. one of the difficulties of dealing with the Space Wolf Commission is that they are so individualistic. So the client wanted Grimnar, he wanted Ragnar Blackmane, who come from two different companies. And of course, the left shoulder pad, the chapter symbol, changes in accordance to what company it is. So that leaves us a little bit.
3 miles.
Yeah, exactly. So that leaves us a little bit of a conundrum. So I've been researching, or I've been chatting. Thank you, Keith, from the Mourneville podcast. So why don't you do Bran Redmore? It's like, who's that? Did a bit of research on the Doom of Mimera, and this character, if we can condense it down into why he's cool, he is a Space Wolf Lord that can transform into a werewolf. What more do you want? Well, I don't have to say anything else, but this company has a lot of wolfen aspects to it. And I like the unbridled ferocity style of Space Wolf over the more agonized, moralistic, ethical side. But as far as like miniatures go, Forge World did produce a miniature that was never released. I'm not sure.
That's why I can't find it.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether they did the ups, because there's two versions. There's two unit profiles. One way is a Space Wolf Lord, and the another way he turns into a werewolf. So the miniature I've done kind of has hallmarks of both. It uses the Primarch as a basis of the conversion, and you'll notice the wolf head. If you squint your eyes, or if you kind of like unfocus, Bran's head recedes into the fur, so it makes it look like the wolf is, and it comes in the profile of the wolf. Forge World, if you want to do this, please feel free to steal this idea, because I'm using your miniatures and your brand and your IP, so you're not stealing anything at all.
Can I piggyback on that?
Yes.
And I'd like to change one of my options to just wolf and sculpts in general.
Okay.
Because some of my favourite models of all time are the Eye of Terror versions of wolf. Right? They're some of my favourites of all time. And this again is like it's good conversion fodder. Mm-hmm. When the Wolfen got re-released in like their plastics, they've got excellent elements to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like wearing jeans and stuff like that wasn't great for my perception of Wolfen. And they also the fact that they've got weapons. Although Space Wolves use weapons and stuff, it's not as savage and doesn't portray that savagery as well as when they're running around like ripping people with claws. And the artwork that was in the Eye of Terror Codex, where it's got like a Wolfen looking like down and left with a traitor guardsman in its right hand, it's just so iconic and comes to mind every time I think about the Wolfen. Yeah, so I can't actually see Miles' screen, so if he already had that up, I didn't actually know he had that up. So yeah, that is so iconic of the Wolfen for me, and the new models just don't. They've got the elements, but don't convey that same savagery. So I want to change my next one to that.
Yeah. Okay.
Apparently, it's the fuck the Space Wolf stream.
How awesome are Space Wolves? I'm looking at conversions of them on here, just using regular Primaris legs, and that seems to do a lot for them. But I think the elite converter out there mixes them up with the Galvor back set. So we're on a Nafka blogspot who has used those sculpts and like mixed them in with the Wolfen miniatures. It gives a much better overall, like you say, a collection of really good bits, but when you use them together, just does not work. But you convert them up with this set, the Galvor back, you end up with a beautiful miniature.
Yeah. Right. Do you want to go on to yours?
I got nothing to argue against you there. I cannot argue at all. Okay, my next choice. Let's bring it up. So that's Bran Redmore. Yeah, but that's Bran Redmore. Love this character. Love this character. Okay. Oh, it's another Space Wolf. It's Bjorn.
Is it?
Yes, it's Bjorn. And this goes for the 30k version and the 40k version. So in 40k, he is very well known. He's got like the old stubby Castaferum dreadnought, but he hasn't got like a Primara-sized upscaled version of him.
Don't touch that model. I've got that. Actually, I've still got that model on my windowsill from when I painted it when I was like 14.
it's a
It's one of
I
the
can't say a
models that
bad
I
word
will never
against it.
touch.
It
No.
gorgeous. But if we are updating the range, I mean, you've seen what happened to Grimnar. Amazing update. Ragnar, good update.
Yeah, but they had to go through an iteration where Grimnar was on a sled before it got to a good one. So
But with this current
Bjorn on Mammoth.
Bjorn and Mammoth, yeah, I'd buy it. So yeah, I think Bjorn, well, especially in 30k, somebody who's mentioned in the lore, who is, dare I say it, pivotal in 30k Space Wolf lore. So the miniature up on the screen, the basis of it comes from Company of Bitter Iron, with a few other bits and pieces I've found here and there, sculpted onto him. And let's face it, the Space Wolves in 30k need some good sculpts. So if you produce a good Bjorn sculpt, this could become the basis of all future Space Wolf lords in the future.
Yeah, and on the flip side of that, like we're sort of ragging on Space Wolves for the last few of them. One of the things when models get established, though, do you know, like when they get their actual models, is it stops those conversions coming out as frequently because people aren't forced to convert.
Yeah.
And the conversions that people do are so good.
Yeah, I mean, the STL kits for the Dreadnought Bjorn are amazing. But I mean, if I'm updating, if I'm wishing for stuff, I'm going to cram 2 into 1. Okay, your next pick, and this is the controversial one. Okay, your next pick.
I thought it might be. So this pick was the Green Knight, and this was on Miles's best models of all time list.
Yes.
It's too small. It's too small nowadays.
Yeah.
It's a good 10, 15, 20% smaller.
Sorry, I just have to interject here. For viewers on this, I have some kind of like weird filter on this, which does weird things to the green. I think I got like a green screen filter on here, which kind of like neutralizes the I'm not going to fiddle with it now because we're recording. But yeah, that's the reason why the Green Knight looks so messed up on the screen. But we all know what it looks like. It's iconic.
You know what
Max,
the model is. Yeah.
Please carry on.
Right, so it's an excellent model, and the way that I'd approach this list wasn't, other than the Varigir looking at the list, is that I think they're excellent models, just suffering from over time, as everything does. So it's not that I think this is a bad sculpt, it's that I think this is an incredible sculpt that I want a new version of that does justice to that old version.
I was really ready to go in on you with this one. Because when you watch The Godfather, that's like a Godfather 1, that's like a perfect film. That never needs to be remade. If you want to enjoy it, go back and watch the original. Starship Troopers is the only other perfect movie that's ever been made. You don't remake it. Don't remake it. Go back, enjoy it. But you're right. You're right. If you could keep the feel and the love and the like human spark, so it unlike the Manius Calgar sculpt, which feels like it could have been generated by AI, dare I say it, a little bit soulless, a little bit flabby. If you were able to produce like the Logan Grimnar sculpt that came out, there's just something, there's a spark about that just makes it unique and amazing looking. It has that X factor to it. If you're able to invest that soul into a new Green Knight miniature, and that argument also goes for your next pick as well. But yeah, fuck, I have to agree with you. Shit. I want to argue with you, motherfucker. Yeah. Okay. Right.
The tray wins again.
My next choice is, and this is very much personal bias, Iskander Kion from the Black Legion books.
Does he have a model?
He does not currently. No, Iskander Kion, he is one of the original Ezekarian, or so he says. He is a 1,000-sun sorcerer. Unlike all of ADB's characters, very well fleshed out. It has that note of unreliableness to him. But a Black Legion sorcerer done in the style of Kion, either him or the Emperor's Children... God, I can't remember his name, but the Emperor's Children duelist from that, I think would be wonderful sculpts. God,
no,
what the hell's his name?
Yeah, the one that he breaks the mind of.
Yes, yeah.
That kind of breaks the mind of. Yeah, I agree. These would look good, and they would be good in you know when they used to do like diorama bases with the ones on? Like, do you remember the old Gottschalk
Yeah.
and Felix
Uh-huh.
diorama base?
Yeah.
Where they had all the people around. It would be good for stuff like that to happen again for like Black Library.
Well,
I'm going to call you out for cheating on this task though, because the task that you set me, you came up with the rules and the premise, and it was which ones need updating, not who needs new models.
Sorry, what I say and what I mean are two very different things.
I should have learned to decipher it by now.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
like,
I mean, English is my first language. Welsh is. So put it
okay, I'll let you off on this.
I mean, unfortunately, sorry, Black Library, they do like limited edition runs of their characters. They did one on Marina Lensk, the Cadian officer.
That's like a single model, isn't it, right?
Yeah,
rather than
yeah.
a diorama or things like that that they've done in past.
A diorama would be excellent. Yeah, I mean, him approaching the statue of Sanguinius, maybe on the black, on the Vengeful Spirit, would be an amazing one. Anyway, this is my choice. This is my pick. Okay, your last and final pick for a miniature that either needs a new model entirely, which I didn't put in our original description, or needs
an update to an old model.
Yes. What's your final choice?
So, my final pick is Angron.
Boom.
Because he was like the first Primarch to be released. Again, he's an excellent sculpt. I really like it. At least you might disagree with me on it, but I really like the sculpt. It looks so savage, but then you put him on the table, and a normal Marine is as tall as him.
Yeah.
Whereas he should be this behemoth.
Yeah.
That is just running about the battlefield, ripping through people.
And
it
at
just
the
needs
time,
an update.
In context,
if they could,
sorry.
Yeah. No. It's at the time in context. Yeah, it was brilliant.
It was big as well. It towered over a normal Marine. It towered over a Dreadnought. It was as big as a Castaferum Dreadnought. It was huge, but everything's been upscaled since. Yeah. Again, it's the argument. Yeah. If you love this miniature, if you love that film, go back and watch the original. Go back and paint the original. But you're so right. If you can keep this level of detail and love and just upscale this, I mean, I've seen a few people scan this miniature into an STL format, and when you try and embiggen it, the details go a little bit soft. The details get blown out. Get a resculpt of this. Get Simon to do exactly the same thing. Resculpt.
That's almost what it wants, isn't it? He's just like hit 120% on the printer. Because the Green Knight, I think they would have to repose a little bit or add detail, because it's so like, how old is that model? Like 1990s. It needs that update. Whereas I think Angron actually just needs making bigger.
Yeah.
And refining within those bigger areas.
Yeah.
So that's my final pick.
Stunning miniature, absolutely stunning miniature, one of the best in the range. I think people are slightly jaded on this miniature through familiarity, but my final choice is, I'll keep you waiting while I find the right button to press. Boom! Talos, Valkaron. So this is, again, you can tell I've been reading quite a lot of ADB at the moment. Yeah, this is the Night Lord character. This probably saved the Night Lords. I mean, I remember when these books came out, the Night Lords were one of those loser legions. Nobody collected them. Nobody really cared about them. It was all Black Legion. It was all Ultramarines. These are very much like a fringe element. But because of the Night Lords trilogy, we've had like an upswell of love and fandom built around these characters. And even though canonically, in the 41st millennium, Talos is no more, I mean, Ferrus Manus is no more. Like, a lot of these characters are dead, but they still have miniatures. I'd love to see a miniature for Talos in 40k.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I'd love to see him in, if Forge will do like a Scouring era. Forge will.
Yes.
He's not even specialist games anymore. If
yeah,
Heresy goes into into the Scouring, or if Black Library go into the Scouring post Terror, which sure they're doing, right? They've announced.
They must, yeah.
I really hope that this becomes one of the models that they put up for either that Black Library
God.
Legends or
Yeah.
into the game.
Come to
'Cause
think
just
of it,
so
you
good.
got
It's such a good nuanced character as well.
Scouring era Gilliman, Scouring era Dawn, Scouring era Perturabo, Scouring era Sigismund, That's just a whole new pipeline of amazing miniatures you can just whip through right there. Oof. Well, those were our choices. Agree, disagree? Please put in the comments below which miniatures would you like to see a refresh of or a complete update of. There are no wrong answers apart from the ones that Max gave. I can't even say that jokingly. You hit them spot on. Right, okay, we'll catch you next week, next month, next year. Until then, hobby hard. We're trying to make that thing. Say hobby hard. That's the thing, hobby hard.
3, 2, 1, hobby hard.
Hobby hard. Who's going to carry the boats?